June 4, 1942, a date that would go down in history as one of the most pivotal moments of World War II. The sun rises over the vast Pacific, casting a golden hue over the endless waters. The calm before the storm. On Midway Atoll, American sailors brace themselves for the onslaught. Japanese bombers roar overhead, their engines a deafening reminder of the impending doom. Explosions rock the island, sending shockwaves through the air. Smoke fills the sky, turning day into night. The Battle of Midway has begun, a clash of titans in the heart of the Pacific. America's carriers are somewhere on the horizon, hidden from the enemy's view. They are the real prize for Admiral Yamamoto, the mastermind behind the Japanese fleet. He wants to crush the US Pacific Fleet, to deliver a blow so devastating that America would be forced to retreat. His plan hinges on Midway, a small but strategically vital atoll. It is a key stepping stone across the Pacific, a gateway to further Japanese expansion. The initial Japanese attack is fierce, relentless, and calculated. American planes rise to meet them, scrambling to defend their territory. Dogfights rage in the sky, a chaotic ballet of death. Both sides suffer losses, planes spiraling down in flames. But the Americans know they are outgunned, outnumbered, and facing a formidable foe. They need to hold out. They need a miracle. With steely determination, they prepare for the fight of their lives, knowing that the fate of the Pacific rests in their hands. Unbeknownst to Yamamoto, the Americans have a secret weapon. Codebreakers have cracked the Japanese naval code. Admiral Nimitz knows the enemy's plans. He knows their timetable. He knows their strength. Most importantly, he knows their target, Midway. The element of surprise, Japan's greatest advantage, is gone. Nimitz prepares a trap. He positions his carriers, Yorktown, Enterprise, and Hornet, to ambush the Japanese fleet. The hunt is on for the enemy's main force, the Kido Butai. Scouting planes fan out across the Pacific. Hours pass. Tension mounts. Then, a breakthrough. A lone scout plane radios back. Sight enemy carriers. The game has changed. American torpedo bombers launch from the decks of their carriers. They race towards the Japanese fleet. Their mission is to cripple the enemy carriers, but the Japanese are ready for them. The torpedo bombers are slow and vulnerable. Japanese Zero fighters swarm around them. The sky becomes a whirlwind of bullets and fire. One by one, the American planes fall. The attack is a disaster, but their sacrifice is not in vain. The torpedo planes draw the attention of the Japanese fighters. High above, American dive bombers approach unnoticed. They are about to unleash their own fury. Dive bombers fall like rain. From the heavens, the dive bombers come screaming down. Led by Lieutenant Commander Wade McClusky, they target the Japanese carriers. The Japanese are caught off guard. Their decks are packed with fueled and armed planes. The first bombs hit their mark. Explosions rip through the Japanese fleet. Fires rage uncontrollably. The sea itself seems to boil. The tide of the battle is turning. Among the dive bombers is Lieutenant Richard Best. He leads his squadron against the carrier Akagi. His dive is daring, almost suicidal. But his aim is true. His bombs slam into the heart of the Akagi, sinking the Kaga. The Battle of Midway is at its peak, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The Akagi is crippled, transformed into a raging inferno. Flames consume the once formidable vessel, turning it into a floating hell. But the battle is far from over. The skies and seas are still filled with the chaos of war, and the outcome remains uncertain. Two other Japanese carriers, Kaga and Soryu, remain afloat. They are the last hope for the Japanese fleet to turn the tide. American dive bombers continue their relentless assault. Their precision and bravery are unmatched as they dive through enemy fire. The Kaga is caught in the crosshairs. The American pilots have their target locked, and they won't miss. Bombs rain down upon her deck. Ammunition explodes. Fuel ignites. The Kaga is engulfed in a series of devastating explosions. The once mighty carrier is now a tomb. The crew fights valiantly, but the damage is too severe. She slips beneath the waves, taking hundreds of men with her. The ocean becomes their final resting place. The Soryu suffers a similar fate. The American bombers show no mercy as they target the next carrier. American bombs turn the carrier into a blazing wreck. The Soryu is consumed by fire, just like the Akagi and Kaga before her. Within minutes, she too vanishes beneath the waves. The Japanese fleet is now in disarray. The Japanese Navy is reeling. The loss of 3 carriers is a devastating blow, but 1 carrier remains. The Hiryu. The battle is not yet over, and the Hiryu will make a final stand. The last stand of Hiryu. The Hiryu, seeking revenge, launches a counterattack. Her planes find the Yorktown and cripple the American carrier. The Yorktown, however, refuses to sink. She becomes a symbol of American resilience, but the Hiryu's triumph is short-lived. American dive bombers locate the lone Japanese carrier. They attack with a vengeance. Bombs smash into the Hiryu's flight deck. Fires engulf the ship. The Hiryu, like her sister ships, is doomed. She burns throughout the night, a pyre on the vast Pacific. By morning, she too is gone. The Battle of Midway is over. America has won a stunning victory, turning the tide. The Battle of Midway was a pivotal moment in the Pacific War, a clash that would alter the course of history. It was here that the tide began to turn in favor of the Allies. Japan's meticulously crafted plan to cripple the U.S. Pacific Fleet had failed spectacularly. Their losses were nothing short of catastrophic. 4 of their prized aircraft carriers were sent to the ocean's depths, and hundreds of their aircraft were obliterated in the fierce combat. The human cost was equally staggering. Thousands of experienced sailors, the backbone of Japan's naval might, were lost in the battle. Despite the heavy toll, the United States emerged from the battle bloodied but unbowed. The resilience and determination of the American forces shone through the smoke and chaos of war. The victory at Midway was more than just a tactical win, it was a strategic turning point that gave America the initiative in the Pacific theater. It was a beacon of hope and a rallying cry for the Allied forces. This triumph marked the beginning of a long and arduous journey towards ultimate victory. The road ahead was fraught with challenges, but the momentum had shifted. The Battle of Midway stands as a powerful reminder of the courage and sacrifice of those who fought valiantly for freedom in the Pacific. Their bravery and determination were instrumental in turning the tide of war. This battle also underscores the critical role of intelligence and the importance of decisive action in the face of overwhelming odds. The meticulous planning and execution of strategies were key to the Allied success. The story of Midway continues to inspire generations, serving as a testament to the enduring spirit of those who fought and the lessons learned from their sacrifices. It is a chapter in history that will never be forgotten.